scaling those things down to save you money. When you look at the teams, we put some bands around around different personas. So for example, the data engineering team, sometimes you see that organization centralized. You see the data engineers work in a centralized group, and kind of are the experts on how to move data through the platform. The data science community is oftentimes federated out into the lines of business because they're closer to the data, they're closer to the use cases that need to be created or moved into production, and they understand the modeling environment a bit better. There's no exact right or wrong answer to how you structure the teams. Just keep in mind that the investment in people tends to be something that organizations don't spend as much time talking about versus licensing costs and infrastructure costs. So in terms of the data estate, we have this concept that less is more. We're really encouraging customers and working with them to minimize the number of systems that they have running simultaneously. Oftentimes, organizations go from on-prem and then into the cloud. Sometimes they take the same blueprint they have on-prem and try and recreate it in the cloud. We're here to suggest that there's a much more efficient way of moving into the cloud environment from your on-prem ecosystem, that you can rationalize down some of these disparate systems. The complexity of moving from on-prem into the cloud and keeping the same blueprint or the same architecture has very high costs associated with it. Many of these platforms, if you look at, say, the marketing material around them and then take deeper dives into the technical descriptions, many of these platforms have overlapping features. One of the challenges in a large enterprise with the workforce is making sure that the people understand what system to turn to for a particular type of work. And when the systems have overlapping features, and if there are not really strict guardrails and guidelines on how to use these systems, then you end up seeing duplication of work across